Hello, everyone. I'm back again. LJ Young, your host. How are you guys today? I hope doing well. Get everything set up here, get my notes set up. Welcome again for those of you that already follow me, and for those of you that are new to my channel. First, I want to thank everyone. I have reached 300 subscribers, and I want to make sure everybody knows that I appreciate it, because I know what I'm doing is rare and it's hard to accept, and most people don't believe it and all that good stuff, man. I appreciate it. I really do, because I love it. This is my passion. I want everybody to feel this financial freedom. I really do. I know coming out at first, I found something new. I'm like, I want everybody to feel it. But I've noticed that people have to be ready to hear what I have to offer. They must be ready to hear what I have to share. All right. So, man, I tell you, I don't know what it is about. I'm not used to gnats, man. I can't find the source, whatever. But anyway, that's another story. All right. Let me get my notes up here. All right. 1 second here. All right. Let's see here. Let's get them going. Get these notes going. All right, 1 second. All right. Now, for those of you that are new to my channel, my name is LJ Young, and I am a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. The debt matrix is a place where everybody lives that believes in credited debt and believes they can't buy anything without credit, and everybody in here that believes in financing depreciating objects, cell phones, cars, washer and dryers, furniture, shoes, clothes, watches, everything that depreciates, and steady wondering why they're in the same place. No matter how much money they make, they still are in the same financial place. They all live here. And if this is you, it once was me for the first 40 years of my life. I was a computer engineer for the last 20 years, got a degree in it and all that. I was still living there, no matter how much money I was making, until one day I woke up and I was like, wait a minute, something's not right. I'm supposed to work at this place until I'm 65, 70, 75, whatever the new retirement age is. And then I'm supposed to enjoy my life. And then I'm supposed to enjoy my money. And then, long story short, I figured out it was because I was in debt. That's why I couldn't see or hear anything. And once I got out of the debt matrix, the best way I can describe it to you is show it to you by expressing it to you. And once you're out of the debt matrix, you will see how it all works. It all connects. And you know what's crazy? When it's just fifth grade. It's fifth grade math. You remember the math money games we played in grade school, right? And then have you noticed that those games stop out of grade school? You know why? Because that's all you need to know. You take what we learned in grade school, apply it to your finances, and you will be financially free for the rest of your life. It's crazy. I don't say rich, I don't say wealthy. I'm saying financially free. Financially free means your finances are no longer in the red. They're in the black. All right. Now, let me say a couple of things before I get to the topic of this video. Now, a lot of I'm gonna make sure I stick with my list, because I go rambling, repeating stuff. I noticed that when I watch my videos, I'm like, damn, I already talked about that. Why am I saying it again? All right, anyway. All right. So debt causes a lot of emotions and feelings, having you involve your emotions and feelings in your money. All right. And you should never do that. Never, ever, ever mix your feelings with your money. And we're going to go in and out of the debt matrix. Now, 85% of the United States, people in the United States live in a debt matrix. 15% of us do not. We're outside the debt matrix. Now, money is spoken. Now that I'm outside the debt matrix, I understand now money is spoken in two languages: debt and debt free. If you've always been in debt all your life, you have no idea the language of debt free even exists, because you don't believe You believe debt is just part of life, and that's not true. That's totally not true. Only people in the debt matrix believe that. Anyway, and so it causes a lot of emotions. It causes people to feel down about all this debt, and they can't make a move. They can't do the things they want to do. Those are emotions and feelings. All right. So when you're outside the debt matrix, this is what it sounds like when you involve your emotions and feelings inside of your money. Now, if I came to you and said, "Hey, how do you feel about 1+1 = 2? How about 2+2 = 4? 3+3 = 6? Does it make you happy, sad, jump for joy? Does it make you sick to your stomach? Does it depress you?" Or right? And if I ask anybody that question, they would be like, "What are you talking about? It's just 2. It's just 4. It's just 6." It's really that black and white, but yet people in the debt matrix make it sound so complicated. Oh, it's not black and white. It's not that simple. Yes, it is. Math is just that simple. If it doesn't make mathematical sense, it doesn't make financial sense either. So what I do is I expose the glitches in the debt matrix. All right. And just like I said just a second ago, this is how I expose the glitches in the debt matrix. If it doesn't make mathematical sense, it doesn't make financial sense either. So long story short, add up all your savings, add up all your debt, and then go savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. That's it. That's it. Now, if you're a person that has been feeling like you're just running like a rat in a wheel, you've come to the right channel because I have the answer. This is the answer. And the crazy thing is, all you got to do is believe your own math. It's not me doing it. I'm just guiding you. I'm just taking your hand and just guiding you to it. Add up all your savings and debt, and that number, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a large negative number. All you got to do is believe it. This is the channel you come to say like you do add up these numbers, add up your savings and debt, and it's a large negative number. You look at it, you might not feel like you're broke. You'll say, "Dang, man, how come I don't feel like I have no money?" Right? You're going to say that to yourself. I'm going to tell you right now. You know why? Because you believe everything you finance. If you have a mortgage and you're walking around calling yourself a homeowner, that's because you believe you're a homeowner, knowing that you couldn't have bought the home without the bank's money. It's just logic. It's just you're driving around in this nice car, right? But you're making payments. You know why? Because you financed it because you didn't have the money. So you don't feel broke. You don't feel broke when you're driving around in that Escalade in the leather seats and all this the gadgets. That's why you don't feel like that. And your job is keeping you afloat. That's another story. We're not going to get into that. All right. I'm following my notes here, right? So this is the channel. I'm not here to convince people. If you've landed on this channel, I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to show you something. Math is certain. Math is 100% either right or either wrong. I can't say, "Hey, I know 1+1 = 2, but I feel like it should equal 3." You know what? When you cash that check, when you cash your check, you'd be like, "Ooh, I know it's 800, but I feel like it should be 1,000." Do you think the bank teller is going to go, "Oh, really? Okay, let me go ahead and here's 1,000." No. It is what it is. Period. All right. Okay. And so let me see. And so this is if you're feeling like that, right? If you feel like you're in a stuck place, like you can't leave your job because here's another one. If you're in your job and you've been doing it for 20 years and you've put in the time and you're at a level in your money that if you quit your job and try to go do something that you might love, you can't afford to do it. And so you don't take that chance to jump. I mean, anybody, all these inspiring people, they can tell you to say, "Hey, you don't like your job, leave and go do something you're happy." Oh, that's fine and dandy. But your debt is preventing you from just making this jump, because the first thing you're going to think is like, "Man, I sure would love to do that, but I have too much debt. I have too many bills. I can't afford to do that." Exactly. Bills, insurance, kids, all of it, right? This is the answer. How do I know this? Because I did it. I'm free. I'm financially free. Okay. Now, If you like my channel, before we go into the topic, if you like my channel, please subscribe, share it with your friends, hit the reminder button. And if I have inspired you, this is a really important part, okay? And this really means something to me because I like to know that I've changed some people's lives, right? If I have inspired you indirectly, meaning that you've never really contacted me for assistance or contacted me for help, and I've actually helped change your financial life, please email me and just shoot me an email and just let me know. I just like to know those things, right? And it makes me, it inspires me to keep making these videos, keep explaining things in just regular, normal terms that people can understand. Because if you can't, like right now, if you're confused and all this stuff going on in YouTube and you can't put your finger on it, there's a reason why that is, because maybe those people know, maybe they don't. Here, I just use basic math. That's it. Basic math. Okay. All right. Onto the 401k loan. All right. So here are the now if you're thinking about getting a 401k loan, now mind you, I tell you the truth, what is and why it is. Okay. Now if you're looking to get a 401k loan, only people that are in debt get 401k loans. You're in financial trouble if you're looking for a 401k loan. You probably don't know it, but because you're living in the debt matrix. The debt matrix causes you to have tunnel vision. All right. Again, I'm gonna repeat this and then we're gonna get into the details. Only people that are in financial trouble would take the chance, will need to get a 401k loan. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to go through the debate. I call it debate to get you wrapped up in there thinking it's a good thing, right? We're going to go through the debates that draw you in to get you in there to do it, okay? And then we're going to step outside the debt matrix. We're going to stay in the debt matrix to tell you the pluses, and then we're going to step outside of the debt matrix to show you what is, or to tell you what is, all right? So here's some of the things that draw you in to do it, right? Pay yourself back with interest. Now, I'm gonna leave that one last so you guys can understand, because that really doesn't make any sense. I know it sounds good, but it makes no sense, right? All right, so they draw you in by saying, hey, by borrowing your own money, it's cheaper than borrowing money from the bank. Yeah, that's true. That's true, but you know why? You know why it's cheaper than the bank? Because you're not borrowing the bank's money. So why would you even say that? That makes no sense. Of course it's cheaper than the bank. You're not borrowing the money, okay? There's no loan application. Of course not. It's your money. Why would there be a loan application? That makes no sense, all right? No credit check. Why would they check your credit if you're borrowing your own money? That makes no sense. But the key word, I want you to understand, the key word is borrow. Now listen, when I say these things, I want you to listen to the wordings very, very closely. When you go get money out of your savings account, are you borrowing from yourself? Hey, I'm going to get $100 out of my savings. Do you ever say, I'm going to borrow $100 out of my savings account? Do you ever say that? Nobody says that, right? So why are they using the word borrow on your own money? I'm going to tell you why as soon as we go through this list, so you can understand you are borrowing. Because this is what you got to remember. Savings minus debt equals how much money you're actually contributing to your retirement. Okay? Savings minus debt equals how much money you are contributing to your retirement. If that number is in the negative, you're not really contributing anything. You just believe you are. Math will clearly show you that you're not. That's why they're using the word borrow. If you don't know that, that's your problem. Because we were taught this in 5th grade math. School is just to keep you, so you'll know the basics. That's all you need to know with your money. It's just the basics. That's it, right? Okay. Now, those are the few. I wanted to go over those few things that draw you in. So now let's go over what borrowing from your 401k is really costing you. Now, if you're listening, I want you to listen very close. If you need to pull out your calculator, let me give you a minute to pull out your calculator, okay? Or actually, not pull out your calculator. write these things down and you can do the math yourself. All right. Okay. Now, like I said just a minute ago, savings minus debt equals how much you're contributing. Savings minus debt equals how much you're matching, because people in the debt matrix don't realize that if your finances are in a negative, you're not matching anything. You're not contributing anything. You're not matching anything. People, have you ever heard people like, oh man, my job, and they matching 6%. I'm getting all this money. No, you're not. You're not matching anything. Whatever money you're putting in, you can't earn interest on negative dollars. That's mathematically impossible. But it's up to you to believe your own math. You can do this yourself. Trust your own math and you will clearly see what I'm talking about. Now, once you borrow, some places, some jobs, once you take out a 401k loan from your job, you can no longer contribute to your 401k while you have an outstanding loan. Now, you can have an outstanding loan up to 5 years. You can borrow up to 50% of your money and borrow it for 5 years. So 5 years, you cannot contribute to your 401k. Now, let me let you know what that's costing you, okay? First of all, you're pulling out money, however much money you pull out, right? That's money that's no longer earning interest inside of the 401k. That's number one. You're losing money, okay? Number two, what was the next one? Number two, 401k contributions are done before taxes. That means, say for example, so you can understand. Now follow me closely. Say like you were contributing $1,000 a year to your 401k. Now, if you made $50,000 a year, instead of getting taxed on $50,000 for that year, you would get taxed on $49,000. You got it? Because $1,000 goes into your retirement. So you would get taxed on, so that would bring you lower inside your tax bracket, and money saved in taxes is money in your pocket. You can no longer get that. You can no longer get that tax savings. You know why? Because you took out a 401k loan. That's another cost that you can't see because you're in a debt matrix. You don't know that. You can't see that. You're so tunnel vision on getting that money, you don't realize how much it's costing you. All right. So no more tax savings for you. So you're paying more in taxes now. Less money to grow. Only can pay back after. Oh, okay. Now, when it's time to pay your loan back, not only can you not contribute when you have a loan out, when you pay your loan back, you only can pay your loan back with your money that has already been taxed once. I want you to understand why. I'll tell you later why I'm saying once. You only can pay your loan back with after-tax money that has already been taxed once. Okay, so if you took out I'm gonna just say a $5,000 loan from your 401k, in order for you to pay back, you have to pay back more than $5,000, because if you get, say like you got a check for $5,000 before tax, and after tax, it's going to be $4,800 something. Let's just say that, right? Now you have to add another couple hundred to put back the $5,000 inside of that loan. Are you following me? Okay. So it's costing you more to put back. Add that to the tax savings that you're missing already too by taking out a 401k loan. Got it, right? Now this part, pay yourself back with interest. I'll tell you what that means, okay? I hope you're writing this down. Whatever pay yourself back with interest means, that means $5,000 from money that's already taxed once. So you got to add more to that $5,000. Then they say pay yourself back with interest, right? Whatever this is really a fee. I want you to see the other side because it makes no sense. When you step outside the debt matrix, pay yourself back with interest makes absolutely no sense. Okay, you're paying so in other words, say like after taxes and you pay back more money and then pay yourself back with interest. Say like you're paying back a total of $6,000. You borrow $5,000, you're paying back a total of $6,000. Okay, let's just add all that in there. These are just rough numbers, but if you ask your tax person, do the numbers yourself, you'll see. I promise you, right? Now, what this is all a fee. That's why they're saying you're borrowing from your 401k. All a fee for borrowing your money early. So now Now, if you had not touched your money, your $5,000 would have still been in your 401k growing, right? They wouldn't have been, you wouldn't have been able to have to pay it back with after-tax money. Plus, you would have still been able to contribute to your 401k. If you have this out for 5 years, ooh, that's a lot of money you're missing, right? Now, for example, now you say like you pay back your total 401k, it's $6,000, right? Not 5,000, 6,000. Now, when you go to retire and you go to pull out that same, now you go all the way to retirement age and you go to pull out that now $6,000, guess what? You're going to get taxed again on that $6,000. They would have been able to only tax you on $5,000, but now since you borrowed it early, now they're going to tax you on $6,000. That's double tax, baby. Double tax. Now, on the front end, it sounds good, huh? It's cheaper than the bank. It's my money. I'm paying myself back. Yeah, that's what you think. Only people in the debt matrix do. That's why only people in the debt matrix borrow from their 401k. They don't realize they're in financial trouble because if they knew the total of what they lost, just the things I'm just telling you, can't contribute, loss of taxes, loss of less taxes in the year, only pay back with after-tax money, and you're double taxed. Ooh, 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 ooh. They are getting you. But you got to remember, they're not doing anything to anybody. This is just basic math. Oh, and the last, oh my God, I forgot this one. That's why I wrote down my notes. If you borrow your money, right, early, and say like you lost your job, you got a divorce, or somehow you had this job, but you was not going to be able to work here no longer, you got fired or whatever, that money is due in 60 days, the money you borrowed. If you don't pay that money back, they take that amount and add it to your annual income, which pushes you up and higher in the tax bracket, and a 10% penalty. You'll be paying almost 50% of what you borrow. So say like you borrow $5,000, you'll probably be paying $2,500 in taxes. Are you getting what I'm saying? That's why only people in finance trouble would ever take a chance like that. But yet people go around, I mean, they be bragging about this openly. Oh man, yeah, I'm about to borrow $15,000 from my 401k. I'll be looking at them. I mean, I don't say nothing. Now remember, if you guys follow me, you come on the 15%, you better shut your mouth. You can't say a word. When I hear that, I go, oh, okay. They didn't ask me nothing. I'm just listening. I mean, people be bragging about this in the open, how much they can borrow from their 401k like it's nothing. They don't have no idea what they're saying. This is why what I'm showing you and sharing with you guys, this is a very powerful gift. It will change your whole life. It will change your financial tree. You will never go back into debt. You will see so many things. Like when I was in debt, I never borrowed from my 401k, but when you're out of debt, it just all starts to click like a chain, a link, like a gear in a link chain. It just comes together just randomly. It just comes to me randomly. And I just write all this stuff down and share it with you guys. If you hear somebody bragging about borrowing from their 401k, understand that they are in financial trouble. That's why they're taking that risk. That's why they stretch it out for 5 years. They allow you to take 50% and up to 5 years to pay your money back. And they'll let you borrow even more if you say, oh, this is for a home improvement, whatever. Ooh, 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 ooh. Your job will own you. You better believe there's no loan application, but there are administrative fees. They're not doing this for you for free. That's why you can, if you quit a job, you can't contribute to. Have you noticed you can't contribute to your 401k if you don't got a job? Does that make any sense? If the key thing is look at things that don't make sense. You got to think, if it's your money and your 401k, how come you can't contribute to it if you don't have a job? Does that make sense? That doesn't make sense to me. And if it doesn't make sense, there's usually a reason. That's why. Because businesses make money creating 401ks. They don't mix your feelings with your job. They're not creating this 401k because they care about you. That's not true. That's not true. It's just business. Don't I'm not saying the job is mean or that. Those are feelings. That has nothing to do with nothing. This is business. They don't tell you there's a guaranteed, you got a guaranteed return. Only people in the debt, outside the debt matrix can see this. If you were financially free, you would be able to afford to fully fund your 401k every single year. That's guaranteed money. Guaranteed. Anybody tell you, ask your financial advisor, hey, is this investment guaranteed? They're going to turn to you and say, oh, nothing's guaranteed. That's not true. You invest in your 401k, you invest the full $19,000. As of this year, you can put in $19,000 a year in your 401k. $19,000 goes into your retirement. You also take $19,000 off your annual income, bringing you down in your tax bracket. The majority of people in the United States are in debt. They can't afford to do that. So they stay up here. You drop down here. This money that you get, cha-ching, it's money in your pocket. They can't see it, nor can they do it. Ask anybody you know. Ask anybody. Ask anybody. Hey, have you ever maxed out your 401k? Because nobody knows about this. Is called phantom income. Nobody can afford to do that, basically. So check it out. Say it like this. You max out your 401k at $19,000. And if you max out your health savings account, which is also before taxes, which is like $7,000 right now, that is $26,000 off of your annual income. It's almost like double dipping. And if you max out your health savings account and you pay with out-of-pocket expenses with that card, it's like the government's helping you pay for your out-of-pocket medical expenses, right? Because if you pay it with your money from your check, that money's already been taxed once. But if you use your card, you use 100% of your dollar. While everybody else in the debt matrix, they can't afford to do that. So they're going to be paying with after-tax dollars, not you. So if they pay with a dollar, they pull out a dollar, they're really only paying with 70 cents of that dollar. So they got to add another 30 cents to get whatever they're trying to get. But you pull out your card, boom, it's 100% of your dollar, baby. 100%. The extra 30% they're paying is money in your pocket because you're not paying anything. You do the opposite of the majority, you win. You get what I'm saying? If you're new to my channel, you must be debt-free to understand a word that I'm saying. If you're not debt-free, you won't get it. But you can do the math yourself. Go ask your tax person. Okay, do this. Whoever does your taxes, throw them this hypothetical situation. All right, tell them, say, hey, how much would I get back, or how much would I be paying in taxes if I maxed out my HSA, health savings account, and my 401k in the same year? How much would I be saving? And then once you hear that number, you come back to my channel. Because I know your tax person is probably going to blow their mind too. They probably won't even understand. Maybe they'll know because they run the numbers. But then if you want to be smooth with it, this is all you got to do. Ask your tax person, have they ever maxed out their 401k or their HSA? Ask them if they've ever done it. And then when they say no, because they will, you ask yourself, why is that? Because they're in debt. Who would turn down guaranteed money? People that don't know. That is guaranteed money in your pocket. You do everything the opposite. This is and this is a little bit off the 401k, but I want you guys to understand how this will work once you come on the 15% that are debt-free. What I'm teaching you right now, it's not in books. You won't find a YouTube video on it. I promise you. You're not going to find it. You want to be financially free? You want to be rich? You want to be wealthy? This is all you got to do. Do the exact opposite of the majority and you will win. And when you do it, you can tell everybody in the debt matrix what you're doing. They still won't understand what you're doing, nor will they believe you because they can't see it. That's why it's phantom. That's why it's called phantom income. It's only phantom to those people in the debt matrix. If the average, now you always hear on you Google and the news, whatever, the average car note is $500 a month. The average is made up of millions upon millions upon millions of people doing the same financial things inside of the debt matrix. That's $6,000 a year. Okay, that millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of people are spending. If you own your car and not paying a car note, you now earn $6,000 a year more than the average. Do you understand? This is real. All you gotta do is do the math. Do the math. I didn't see this. And if somebody would have told me this while I lived in the debt matrix, it wouldn't have made any sense. I would have been like, what? Phantom income? Well, you can't see it or touch it? No, you can't see it or touch it. But it's real. People tell me all the time. I was talking to somebody the other day. I said, hey, they were talking about their 401k match. I said, if you do the savings minus debt, are your finances in the negative? They go, yes. I said, then if your finances are in the negative, that's mathematically impossible for you to be matching anything. You know what they told me? I'm not with that. I don't believe that. I'm like, what are you talking about belief? I don't get it. I'm just talking about math. Hey, how you doing, Ulysses? Yeah, you coming in towards the end. You coming in towards the end, but this is a good one, Ulysses. You wanna watch this one. Ulysses is one of my good friends here, not even 30. He understands clearly what I'm talking about. Clearly. There's a couple of people, Ulysses and Urban Bros. They're financially free. Now, most will think, oh, they're financially free because they have a business. If you want to think that, most of the people in the debt matrix think that. You could be financially free with a regular job. That's it. You have to be rich. I guarantee you this, when you become financially free, you will know how to become rich and wealthy. You will start your own business and you'll do it right. You'll do it starting debt free because I tell you this, don't be impressed by it. Don't think because a person has their own business that they're somehow rich or wealthy. Don't ever think that. If they've been living in the debt matrix in their personal finances all their life, guess what? They're going to carry those same habits over to their business finances. How do I know this? Because they know nothing else. They know nothing else. They're going to bring over those same habits, start commingling funds, don't know what this, the taxes, that. And then guess what? The IRS man's going to come knocking on your door first. They're going to let that person keep digging themselves deeper and deeper, because people that do that stuff, especially in the debt matrix, they don't understand that they have a pattern. So they don't even know what they're doing. They start commingling funds, doing all this stuff, not taking the time to understand how it all works. And then they think that year after year, they're going to be thinking they're getting away with it. Oh, the tax man hasn't knocked on my door. I must be getting away with it. Hey, no, you're not doing anything different than the millions of other people that don't understand how it works. You guys have a pattern. It's called the debt matrix pattern. You guys keep digging yourself. And then when the tax man, first of all, IRS audits are not random. Everything's recorded, right? They're not going to knock on somebody's door that's following the rules. That would be a waste of their time. Why would they? Hey, we come to check to make sure you're following the rules. Even though we already know you're following the rules, we're going to come and check. They don't do that. They don't do that. They already know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. You can't say, oh, I didn't know. Oh, yeah, well, sorry for you. That's not an excuse. Free at last. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You are free, and you're free early, Ulysses. You're free early. Ready? Welcome to the 15%, Ulysses. You already know. People don't even understand when you speak. They just believe you have money to let them borrow, huh? I don't know Hey, listen, do you got the power of no down yet? No. Can I borrow some? No. Why not? No. Easy. You get on this side, you learn to remove your feelings from your money. Now, I hope those of you that are following right now, that catch this video later, do the math yourself. Everybody has the calculator app on their phones. Everybody. Use it. And don't be afraid to use it anytime. You know, like when I'm in restaurants and I'm calculating a tip, most people try to do it hand so they won't be embarrassed that they're using their calculator. Why use brain power when I don't have to? I can just punch in the numbers and I know it's going to be right. I don't want to be, hey, carry the 5, do the 6. Technology, smarter, not harder. Okay? Now this is the difference. Okay, I'm glad you asked that question, Ulysses. Okay. Now the problem is with using debt as collateral. People mix business debt with personal debt. I believe in debt when it comes to business. Okay, business, it's cool, but you got to remember you're different, Ulysses. You understand how the money works. So if you're borrowing money from the bank for your business, you're going to use that money right. You're not just going to be throwing it away because you still got to pay it back or you might mess up your business. That's the proper way to. So if you for example, if you finance a car, but it's financed under the business, it's okay to make payments or it's okay to lease because those are tax write-offs. That's all. That's a whole different game. This side of the fence, this side of credit and debt, yeah, that's fine. But you ever notice like a lot of these videos on YouTube, hey, debt is collateral, debt is good, but they're mixing the two. They're not explaining to people that don't understand money. Yes, debt is good for business, not personal. So if they're financing or leasing a car, I would ask, is that car under your name? If they say yes, I stop listening to them. But they say, oh no, I'm leasing under my business. Got it. Okay, that's all I need to know. It separates you. You get it? So that's okay. But personally, somebody might try to convince you, oh man, yeah, especially these places that convince people to borrow against their 401k to invest in property. Oh, I hate hearing that. Oh, I hate hearing that. Oh, I hope you guys, if you like this 401k video, show it to your friends, show it to your financial advisor, show it to anybody you wish. I will never be wrong because of math. I'm not bragging because I didn't invent math. Math was here. Math was here before I was born. They taught me this in grade school. It's going to be here when I'm dead. Math is law. Remember this. If you take this to your grave, math is always law when it comes to your money. They are twin brothers. Never separate them. The only thing that can separate math and money are feelings. How you feel about the outcome. Because math doesn't care how you feel. I mean, 1 + 1 is going to always equal 2. It doesn't care how you feel about it. If you feel like it should equal 3, maybe you feel like 1 + 1 it should equal 2.5. You know what I'm saying? Or 1.5. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. It is what it is. It's black and white. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It's that simple. You're right, Ulysses. Math is law. Any questions before I leave? Again, I am up to 302 subscribers now, and I appreciate every single one of you. Those of you that talk to me, those of you that don't talk to me. But if I've helped you, again, I want to reiterate this. If I've helped you, send me a quick email at DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com and just tell me what I did for you. Because you must take it in baby steps. There's so many different ways that I could show you how to become debt free. You could take baby steps. There's some, you don't have to I took big steps. Okay. I personally, once I figured out I could be free, I moved out of my fancy high-rise apartment, sold my fancy financed Lexus, and sold a bunch of other leather furniture and all this stupid nonsense I financed, right? And moved into my sister's house into a room. Everybody thought, Linnell must be broke. Where's he live now? What's he driving? What? They didn't understand nothing. But guess what? I didn't care what they thought. I knew exactly what I was doing. And that's why I'm here today. I am free. Meeting people like Ulysses. If I didn't get free, he'd have never known me. Ever. Because I wouldn't have been talking no language that he understood. What I'm speaking to you, if you're listening to this and you starting to understand what I'm saying, it's because you're starting to understand the language of debt free. People in the debt matrix have no idea the language of debt free even exists. Don't even know. You don't believe me? Ask anybody financing a cell phone. Let them know, hey, you know what? That phone's not even worth the price that you see it on, and you're financing it. If that phone's $1,000, you're paying at least $1,600 with insurance and taxes. When you finance, think about it this way: if you're financing a cell phone, you're financing the phone plus the taxes. You're financing taxes. You see what I'm saying? Phone plus tax, and then they wrap it into the financing. You're paying interest on the phone and taxes. That's mathematically impossible for you to ever get financially ahead if you keep financing things that depreciate. Tell somebody that in the debt matrix. See if they understand the words you're saying. And then you come back to my channel. You'll be like, Linnell is right. That's the language of debt free. Ulysses, you understand what I'm saying, right? You get it. Don't do stupid things. Again, Ulysses, man, you ain't even 30 yet. Okay? And the reason why, this is the reason why you even think about doing stupid things, financial things, because you got more people in the debt matrix telling you things that don't make sense. But you got the ammunition now. You got the ammunition. And when you get outside the debt matrix, people, nobody will ever be able to fool you with their things, with their cars, their clothes, their houses, their trips to different countries. That stuff won't fool you at all. Because this is, and how will I know, or how will you know? This is all you got to do. Go to my Facebook, go to my Instagram, Facebook, DebtAintMyDaddy, Instagram, DebtAintMyDaddy. Go take a look at my entire credit report. Let me know if you ever seen one like it. Okay? Once you're financially free, yours will look the same. And when you decide to take financial advice from anybody or for anything, their credit report better look like yours. Their personal credit report better look like yours. Because if it doesn't, you better stop listening to them. You better not take financial advice from them. You look on their credit report and see they have student loans that are older than their children. Walk into your doctor's office. You ever walk into a doctor's office and you see all the fancy degrees they have with all the colleges they went to, and they got one here and they went there and their residencies here and this and that. This is all you got to do. And look at the year they graduated from all these fancy colleges, right? And then turn to them and say, hey, are you still paying on student loans? Guarantee you they will say yes. And then you got to step back and say, and look at all the pictures of their kids on their desk, right? And then look at the year. This is hardcore, right? But don't say it. You can't say these things. Don't say these things out loud, but just this is what you do in your head. Look at the age of their children, and then look at the year they graduated and think to yourself, their student loans are older than their children. But look how fancy their office is. Is that their Tesla outside? Yeah, it doesn't make sense, does it? They're in debt. They're in a debt matrix. Let me stop laughing. That's not even funny. That's not funny. This is the gift I'm sharing you guys. You'll be in a negative $28,000. You sure will, Ulysses. But they don't know that. This is what people in the debt matrix say, okay? This is the common thing they say, and this is going to be the last one, then we're going to get off of here. You ask a person, hey, did you finance the car? Yeah, I got a great 2% rate for 72 months, whatever. And then you go, hey, how come you just didn't pay cash for that car? They'll go just like this. They all say the same thing. Oh, man, why would I put all this money in there when I could just pay the 2% and then I can invest it in some mystery stock, whatever, that's going to flip 15, 20%. That's stupid. They don't know they all say that same thing. Instead of just saying, you know what, I didn't have the money to pay cash for that car, because they usually don't. They don't. All you got to do is look at the personal credit report. And if you're a person in a debt matrix watching this video and believe that's what you're doing, go take a look at your personal credit report. Add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you had to buy that car. If your finances are in a negative, you can't buy a car with negative dollars. That's mathematically impossible. The sooner you admit that to yourself, you'll become free like me. You'll become financially free. It's just, it's crazy. They all say the same thing. And if you listen to that, better yet, forget a car. Do this. Hey, you got that new iPhone 11. I'm sorry. You got that new iPhone 11 Pro Max? Yeah. Did you pay cash for it? No. But then they have it in their hand. Did you hear what I just said? Hey, is that the new iPhone 11 Pro Max? Yeah. Did you pay cash for it? No. And then they got it in their hand. They have no idea what they're even saying. They don't realize they're saying, yeah, I have it and I financed it and I paid more for it than what it's worth over 2 years. That's what they're saying. They don't even know they have this thing in their hand that they couldn't even afford to buy. You didn't have the money to buy it, but yet you're using it. They don't know, Ulysses. Now, I'm not talking about somebody financing cars because, hey, when I was in the debt matrix, let me tell you something. I financed quite a few cars. Thought I was cool walking on the lot, no money down. I was like, yeah, my credit's good. I don't need no money down. Be bragging about this out loud. Yeah, I didn't need no money down. Yeah, my credit's that good. So Linnell, you financed the whole thing. Why? Because you didn't have the money. People walk on the car lot, barely even have the down payment money on a $30,000, $40,000 car. Okay, what's your down payment? Ooh, man, that right there should tell you alone. If you ain't got the money for a down payment on a car, you can't afford the car. But they're so invested in impressing people that they don't know, that they will never see at a stoplight. They only impressing the people in the debt matrix. Man, I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, okay? I see new cars all day, every day. Even those new, brand new 3-wheel motorcycle things. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? You know they're financing them things. Those things are absolutely worthless. They're only worth something to the people that like them, and they're financing those things. They're financing them. Can you imagine what those things are new? I haven't even looked up the price. Now, I'm not saying not buy the things you like because they go down there. I'm not saying that. I'm saying pay cash for those. Say for example, I wanted one of them 3-wheel motorcycle Batman looking things, right? If I wanted one, I would buy one from somebody that financed it brand new, that are now in credit trouble, that need to get off of it. And I'll buy it for half the price. Drive it for the summer because I bought it under Blue Book. Drive it for a summer or two and then sell it at Blue Book. Okay? Because I bought it under Blue Book. And then when I sell it at Blue Book, guess what? I drove that entire time for free. Did you catch what I said? Buy it under Blue Book from a person in credit trouble, drive it for a couple years, then sell it at Blue Book. And when I sell it at Blue Book, that means I drove that depreciating object for free. I would never dare step on a car lot for anything. There are more people, 85% of people are in debt. All I got to do is look for whatever it is I want in the paper. Somebody's selling it for a reason. The reason is no concern of mine. No concern of mine. How much you selling for? I'm selling, I got this much. Do you want it or not? Yes, they will say yes. Cool, take it. Bam, bye. Now my credit score was 600. Check out the 668. You know, that's now again, I make sure, Ulysses, make sure you look at your credits, your credit on all three of your credit bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and TransUnion, Equifax, and the last one, I don't know. I keep forgetting. I'll never look at them, but look at all three. You got to put. This is what I do for clients when they first come to me, Ulysses. The first thing I do is look at their credit reports, all three, organize them, put them all together. Because sometimes, you ever notice this? Sometimes they'll have one over here and a piece over there and one on there and three. This is all business. This credit is designed to people. It's designed to keep people in debt and confused. Because one credit score is this on that one. Because all three credit bureaus have a totally different credit score range. All three of them are different. They're not all the same. People don't even know that, right? Why is that? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I don't care. I understand now it's a tool, so I really don't care. Because you can't walk into a business, right? Say it like this. You can't, each business is connected to one or two or three, maybe three of the credit bureaus. So if you walk into a business and they might be only connected to Equifax, and say like you check your credit score and your highest credit score was on TransUnion, can you walk into that business and say, hey man, when you run my credit, make sure you use my credit score for TransUnion? Can you say that? Have you ever even thought of that? Probably not. Because it's a tool designed to keep you confused and in debt. But if you get out the consumer side of credit, realize it's a tool, and get on the business side of credit, none of that stuff will even matter to you anymore. You don't even care. It'll be used for business. It'll be like, oh yeah, I need to get a loan for this business. And then once you walk in and they see your credit report, they will know that you understand. They will know that a credit score is just an indicator. It's nothing more than just an indicator. Just, hey, does this person pay his bill? Does he pay back the bank's money on time? Or if it's low, obviously he doesn't. That's it. Nothing more than that. Nothing. I promise you, nothing. Oh, it's experience. See, that's only one, Ulysses. Don't get caught up in the one credit score. You must check all three. When you're ready, my friend, get my services. I will organize that for you. You will never have to worry about that again. You will walk in the bank armed already. You will know everything you need to know. Your credit score, your credit report will look like mine. If you walked into the bank, Ulysses, and your credit report looked like mine, they would not dare insult you with an outrageous percentage rate loan. They wouldn't insult you with some substandard loan. They wouldn't insult you like that. They would know, I promise you. They will know, because nobody's credit not nobody's. There are very few people with credit reports that look like mine. I promise you. Yours will look the same. Stop messing around, man. Grab my services. I will help you right away. It'll only take me a day. I'll put it all together. It's like bullets in a gun. You'll be walking in the bank with your ammunition, baby, ready to go. Hey, it's like this. I need a loan. Don't insult me, else I'm gonna get up and leave this bank. Bam. At 28, you're gonna have the bankers. Just because they work at the bank don't mean they understand. Okay. Just because they work at a bank don't mean they understand money. Okay, don't associate the two. One has nothing to do with the other. The level of banking that I'm talking about is way up. If I ever got a job at the bank, I would get a job that's not listed. Okay? It's not listed because everybody don't know they exist. I don't even know I wouldn't even know who to talk to. Hey, I want to work for this big bank. What do? You want to be a teller? No. Here, show my credit report to somebody higher up. They'll understand what I'm talking about. They'll know. My credit report will be self-explanatory. All right. Stop messing around, Ulysses. All right, man. You guys have a wonderful day, wonderful evening. All right. I'm out. Have a good one. Bye.